All right, good morning, everyone. Spencer Andreas with Incident Management Team 5 with your Wednesday, May 25th operational update for the South Zone. So, yesterday had a great day. For those that live in the valley, I'm sure you got to see our weather anomaly that came through, thunder and lightning. We actually had a little bit of snow on the incident up in the higher elevations, but we did get some precipitation, very trace amounts, but the end goal or end state of it was we've got elevated RHs. So what does that mean for us? Our fire activity goes down. So throughout the fire, for predominantly most of the day, we had very high RHs, which kept our fire activity low and afforded our crews the opportunity to go in and do some real good aggressive mop up and holding. So I'll go around the fire perimeter, kind of talk about what's been going on, what we're anticipating, and go from there. So on the east side of the fire, again, with the favorable weather yesterday, things were very quiet. No calls for service. Crews were still engaged throughout the communities, doing mop-up, tactical patrol, and again, backhauling some of our equipment so we can reallocate that equipment throughout the remainder of the fire area. Going down into Division Charlie, over on the 82 Alpha Bravo Road. So we had those spot fires a few days ago when we got those northerly winds. Crews were able to get in all along that road, all the way up to 203 Road, and again, hold, prep, mop up, and we're getting much closer with getting this line secured. So hopefully in the next few days, we'll start to see some of our containment go up. The fire in this little bowl is continually kind of creeping up the ridge, so things are looking really good in there. And our crews, as I talked about yesterday, we have hand crews working this piece in the northern Bull Creek area going direct with hand line construction right on the fire's edge. So we're hopeful to have all that done today. So that will hopefully lock all that in with direct fire line and mop up. So things are looking really good. Moving up throughout the north, things are still continuing looking good. We're still mopping up through the Bull Creek drainage. Again, a lot of work happening, still a little bit of heat on the line. That's why you're not seeing this go black, as we talked about yesterday. Moving up into Hotel and India. So one thing we're doing is, like I talked about, is indirect line, secondary line. And why do we do that? So we build a catcher's mitt. So again, this is for the worst case scenario. So we talked about yesterday from the Iron Campground moving south, and also from Elk Mountain, we're putting in contingency line. Why do we do that? If we get adverse winds. So predominantly we get a favorable westerly wind. We're anticipating some westerlies coming up. I'm sure everybody's kind of tracking the weather moving forward. We're gonna get elevated temps, probably go into red flag a few days, but the IMET's saying it's all gonna be out of the west, which is good for this side. But should we get a anomaly of a system come in like we did a few days ago, we trend out of the north. So with that, we'll have these containment lines in should that happen, to potentially, if that fire, we get those adverse winds, we'll have those containment lines in to support and protect the communities. As far as the communities of Pecos and Holy Ghost, our structure groups still feverishly working out throughout the communities, continuing to prep, triage. So a lot of great work's been happening throughout all this corridor. And then the last piece is the wilderness. We're still working on our plan. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but it's a very precious piece of wilderness that we're still looking at. Probably a lot of hand line going through up, but it's going to take a lot of people to do it. So we're hopeful to get a lot of this done with our crews and then start shifting all of our resources, specifically our hotshot crews, up into that wilderness. We're looking at camp locations potentially in the Iron Campground, and start those efforts hopefully in the next few days to start working that line to the north throughout the wilderness. With that, thank you. Today is my actually last day. I actually get to go back home tomorrow, so I appreciate being able to serve you all in your communities. My predecessor will be taking over for me tomorrow, but continue with your questions and we'll do the best we can to answer them, and thank you for listening.